Hey, it's Brandon from Baby Blue Memories. Please like and subscribe. Each subscription gets us closer towards achieving our goal of 1,000 subs. Now, enjoy the video.
And welcome back to the rink. The round robin is in the books, and now we are set for the consolation semifinals. The first game, this one will be between the number 3 seed in Pool A, that is the West Bay Bombers, 4 seed in Pool B, the Toronto Tigers. Tigers are going to be playing from right to left this first half. The Bombers will be playing left to right. West Bay a 9-3 win in their last game. That was against Rendage. Meanwhile, the Tigers fell by a score of 7-3 to Glasgow. It was really just a bad 6-minute spurt, which led to the Tigers going on a 5-0 run and really breaking that game open. Toronto, they've been around here for the first few years, and they have been getting better as the years have gone by. Now we'll see if this is where it all comes to fruition. They're able to eke out at least a win here in this tournament. There you see the Tigers in black with orange and white trim playing right to left. The Bombers in the multicolored jersey, dominantly purple and pink alongside yellow and orange. So they're going to be playing left to right. Pat Poirier is in net for the Bombers. Of course, this is the consolation semifinals. The winner of this game will move on to the 5th place game and play against the winner of Glasgow and Wendake. And possession is earned by the Tigers, and we are set to go. Toronto gets up center and getting a full change on. Captain of this team is Justin Cruz. They have an issue with the shot clock, meanwhile, on the left side. So the referee has to have a manual count. The shot is stopped, and a rebound. Fresh 30 for the Tigers. Cruz had a lane for a moment, and now that lane is cut off. And now we've got a whistle, and we are going to have to try and figure out what is up with the shot clock. Good call by David Parry here to see if they can fix this. Toronto Tigers and West Bay Bombers all level here, 0-0. If you just joined us, the Toronto Tigers and West Bay Bombers getting set to resume action here. There's no score in the very early stages of this first game, this first consolation semi-final game. The having the issue being the shot clocks in the corner, but there you see things seem to be a go as the shot comes in and Pat Poirier, the tender for the West Bay Bombers, makes the save. And West Bay looks to bring it back up. They get as far as center. There's a hard pick set. Bombers with an opportunity, but they're going to bring it back out. Shot clock down to 10. West Bay needs to get one off here. Play back up top. Shot clock's down to 3. Here's a shot. Score! Through traffic, it finds its way home, and West Bay opens the scoring. It's 1-0 Bombers. It's just trickled its way through and snuck in right on the inside of the far post. And West Bay has a 1-0 lead here against the Toronto Tigers. And it's won by West Bay again. And as the Bombers look to come back, closing in on 2 minutes, being 2 minutes into this game. Here's a shot right on. The ball is still loose right on. So the Tigers will have possession, trailing by a score of 1-0. And Toronto catches it at center, bringing it to West Bay territory. 1-0 Bombers on top. West Bay in the purple with yellow and orange and white and plenty of trim. Tigers a little more simpler, black, orange, and white. Ball thrown away, picked back up in the corner by the Tigers, and it's knocked free as the Bombers come back. The one big question I always had coming into these matchups was how much motivation would be shown considering we're in the consolation part of the bracket. It's not semifinals, it is the consolation semifinals, but it's not the championship bracket. And we'll find out after, including this game, we also have Glasgow coming up against Wendake, and the shot in tight, picked back up by West Bay, and they look to bring it up ahead. A lead pass knocked away. Bombers still got a chance, and it is put into the back of the goal, and West Bay has taken a 2-0 lead. They are the favorites coming into this game, and they're showing that the motivation indeed is there. 2 goals in the first 3 minutes and a bit of change after that delay which we had earlier in this first half. So West Bay leading by a score of 2-0. The semifinals versus Kahnawake taking on Bishops, and the other one, Letterkenny and Six Nations, the Res Dogs. Those will be 3 20-minute periods. This consolation part of the bracket is just like the round robin, 2 20-minute halves, as Chris Statham picks it up for West Bay. 16 minutes and a bit of change to go in the first half. Bombers 2, Tigers no score. West Bay in possession on the left-hand side of the Toronto goal. It is Adam Basso, who has done a marvelous job each of the last few years, not just here, but everywhere, promoting the game of lacrosse. However, does not get a good pass in there, and the Tigers will pick it back up as Toronto brings it up to center. Tigers coming out with a couple of lefties. So a right-handed heavy offense and a shot from 55 feet, corralled by Poirier, and away come the Bombers. Breakaway opportunity, West Bay shot, score! 3-0, West Bay Bombers on top, and what a start for the Bombers. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Wendake-Glasgow matchup, and the loser will play that game's loser. The winner of this matchup advances to the 5th place game. And of course, there is also a 7th place game, which will be held tomorrow. This is the 5th game of the day. We had 8 matches yesterday. We have 8 matches today. Round robin portion of the tournament complete. West Bay right now on top 3-0 here in this first consolation bracket semifinal. The Bombers bring it in. Alex Hamel one-hands it up. And the ball gets by out to center. Cheatham brings it back in. Gets a shot away, and that one's going to be stopped. Tigers Pass one up. That ball got thrown away, and West Bay says thank you very much, and we'll bring it back into Toronto territory. 3-0 Bombers. A shot through traffic did not get to the goal. Picked back up by West Bay, and now Toronto will pick it up and start the break the other way. Down by a score of 3-0, 14 minutes to go in the first half. The Tigers in possession. That pass knocked down, but picked up by Cruz. He's in there, and he gets a shot off. Big save by Poirier. Back on the Bombers, accelerating into Toronto territory. Here's the shot, score! 4-0-WBB. And the Tigers, well, they're the Tigers that have been caught by the tail right now. West Bay on a mission here in the first 6.5 of this first half. And it is 4-0 Bombers. David Parry, the official, gets the center and drops the ball off. Chris Statham overran it. Up for grabs in the Tigers' zone. Statham slows it up, and West Bay's on it. Evan Knight dodging a couple of Toronto defenders, waiting for a full head of steam from Basso, who sent it out in front, waiting for Basso to come off the bench, as West Bay had to get a full set of troops out there. Here's a lead pass, it's knocked down, shot from right in there, and the Tigers held it up. And Toronto starts back. Up to center they go. And getting into Bombers territory. Shot fake. And here's an open look. Poirier got a piece of it. May have been iron as well. Tigers are on it now. Fresh 30 for them. Here's a good shooting lane, and that one missed far side. And the ball will trickle back into Toronto territory. Netminder comes out having a little bit of trouble, but he will scoop it up here. And the Tigers still have 15 seconds left. Plenty of time to get a shot off as they bring it into West Bay territory. On the right-hand side, shot through traffic, does not hit the goal. And the Bombers scoop it up. Moving pick was called. A lead pass, settled in by Cheatham. He comes into Toronto territory. Sidesteps one and decides not to go for all. Maybe he will, but he lost the ball. And the numbers advantage works for Toronto, but it's an illegal maneuver, which will turn it back over to West Bay. Bombers in Toronto territory. Cheatham gets a pick. Try to roll to the goal. Shot clock down to 15. There's a good push to the corner by the defenseman. Cheatham kind of walk his way in there, and he steps into the crease, which gives possession back to the Tigers. Here with just under 11 to go in the first half. Brian Gordo for Baby Blue Memories with you at the rink. Tigers down by a score of 4-0 against West Bay, and a shot from a sharp angle did not hit the target. Cruz fights for it, and the ball squirts free. Cruz still in possession, gets it over to his left. There's a shot fake. Tigers got to get one off here. It does not hit the goal. Comes back into Toronto territory. Picked up by the netminder. Shot clock reset beforehand, so we're down to 14. Bringing it into West Bay territory are the Tigers. Played up top. Here's a drive from 60 feet, not on. Pick back up, follow-up chance. And that one missed the net as well. Toronto trying to figure out how to break figure out the Rubik's Cube known as the West Bay Bombers defense, plus, of course, netminder Pat Poirier. Here's a shot that misses the target. Not quite sure if the netminder was able to see that. Ball is loose right in front of the Tigers bench, and now it's kicked up. into West Bay territory, hits off a bomber, I believe, and goes out of play. And it'll be Tigers possession.
Oh, is there an earthquake taking place or something?
Ball's on the left-hand side of the Bombers' goal. Justin Cruz picks it up at the top. And he gets it over to the right-hand side. West Bay wearing the purple with yellow, orange, and red trim. And, of course, it's forcing a turnover right there, so a little sloppy play on behalf of the Tigers. Ball's on the right-hand side of the Toronto goal. Here's a chance, and that one is going to be fired wide. And the Tigers will start off and bring it back into West Bay territory to the left of Poirier. Tigers getting a fresh change out there. Play it up top. Toronto's offense has not even really been able to get much scoring opportunities. Here's a drive, and that one whipped, but just wide of the target. And we have a cross-check coming up for West Bay. So with 8 minutes to go in the first half, the Tigers with a glorious opportunity now. Let's look at a power play, down by a score of 4-0. All four of West Bay's goals coming within the first 6.5 minutes or so. And now we've had just over 6 minutes worth of scoreless action, which obviously favors team up by a score of 4-0. But Toronto's on the power play trying to cut into that West Bay lead. They work it at the top of the house. And here's an underarm shot, which is blocked and picked up by West Bay. The Bombers bring it up ahead. Crossing center and getting into Tigers territory. And of course the shot clock will run, but you want to run as much as possible while you're shorthanded. And there come the Tigers in the corner, coming down for the double team, and it's taken away. Good help defense by Toronto, but it's still loose. Shot clock has not reset, and the Tigers will get this opportunity. There's a good pick as Toronto crosses center. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. West Bay Bombers score. Toronto Tigers no score. Ball's behind the Bombers goal. Late man onto the floor. And the pass will trickle back towards the blue line area, scooped up by the Tigers. Here's a shot. Good stop through traffic. A rebound loose, picked up by West Bay. Open opportunity, and they are on the board. Toronto cuts this deficit to 4-1. I don't even think Poirier was able to see behind him, but there was a Tiger that got loose behind the goal. No Bomber was on him. So Poirier came in kind of casually, scooping it back to his crease, thinking, okay, there's nobody near me. Oh, luck out. Toronto's on the board now. It's 4-1 with 6 minutes to go in the first half. It's a huge goal for Toronto because, honestly, even on the man advantage, they hadn't been generating much in the way of offense. And now the ball squirts free. Still up for grabs, and the Tigers come away with it. Bringing it into West Bay territory. Looking in front of the net. Played on to the right-hand side of the goal. Back up top. Shot clock is down to 14. Pass out in front. They try to thread the needle. Ball ricochets into the corner. Shot clock did not reset. They're going to have to get a shot off here. And it is a shot clock violation against the Toronto Tigers. Back comes West Bay. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Basso trying to make the cut on the give and go. Here's a chance, right and tight. See, made a rebound loose. Nobody quite sure where it was. And the Bombers are going to track it down and get a second chance opportunity. Shot clock didn't reset though. And now it does. Tigers netminder makes the save, has possession, and plays it up ahead. Pass off by Basso. Knocked away and stolen by the Bombers at center. On the left-hand side of the Tigers' territory, off the turnover, comes West Bay. Play to the right. Blocking out, sending it over to Basso. Basso. Got a shot through traffic, doesn't hit the goal, ricochets up. Tuax got it knocked off his stick. The shot patted aside. No traffic in front. Third chance opportunity coming up for West Bay. Or at least I thought it was, but the Tigers come up with the steal. One-on-one. And Toronto's going to wait for some help. Pass out in front. Ricochets. Close opportunity. And we've got a penalty coming up. It's a checking from behind, which is normally 4. And Toronto is in business. 4-1 lead, West Bay. There you see the time elapsing. That's how much time is left in the first half. 3 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. Tigers on a 4-minute double minor power play. Let's see if they can get one more at least here before this first half is over. They just scored on the previous power play. Pass out in front, a little short. And it ricochets to Poirier, who picks it up. That's not a back-in call. As West Bay brings it into Toronto territory. Pass handcuffs Laporte, and it goes over. And I believe it's actually a push from behind coming up. No, they're going to give it to Toronto. Okay. Over and back occurred before, so the Tigers will take over. 2.5 remaining. Toronto down by 3. Here's a shot which does not land on. But actually it was reset, my bad. Beat out in front, broken up by Poirier. Picked back up to the left-hand side. Open look! And that one is stopped through traffic. Picked back up by the Bombers. Backhand pass. It nearly made it to its destination. Basically works out like a charm anyway for Alex Hamel, who's got it here on the right side of the net. Statham comes in, sets a pick. Hamel dancing by. He has great athleticism, number 30 in the many colors. But as the Tigers are going to pounce on this one and try to bring it back to the West Bay territory. You see a minute 30 to go. 2:14 left in the double minor, so if they get one here in the next 10 seconds, they will have another 2 minutes to work with. Up top. Picked back up by Toronto. And here's a shot through traffic. Does not land on the target. It bounces back. Well, they say it did hit the net, so we have a reset. And back come the Tigers. And that pass is broken up. West Bay brings it in. Breakaway opportunity. Laporte! Oh, that one trickled. And the Tigers survived that. Bringing it back into West Bay territory. They have it. And this one broken up again. It's stolen again by the Bombers. Another breakaway opportunity. Knight can't beat the Tigers netminder. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Played over to the right-hand side. Justin Cruz. Tigers trying to get one before this half is over. Ball scored free, and the Bombers are doing an excellent job of that. 10 seconds to go. Tigers, one last chance for romance in this first half. Here it is. Big stop. Poirier, point blank. Follow-up chance. Loose around the tip of the crease. And that is going to do it for the first half of play. The West Bay Bombers leading the Toronto Tigers by a score of 4-1. You're watching Baby Boom Memories. And we are back. West Bay Bombers 4, Toronto Tigers 1. Tigers still on a man advantage. And they gain possession to start this second half. Ball's on the left-hand side of the West Bay goal. Quick shot, blocked and kicked back into Toronto territory. Still 30 seconds on the man advantage for the Tigers. It was a 4-minute double minor taken by the Bombers. Cruz gets it over to the left-hand side of the net. Shot through traffic, and a heavy one, save made by 35 and 89, really the heavy shooters for the team in black. And West Bay will get possession. And this man advantage does not work for Toronto. And back come the Bombers into Tigers territory. ML gets a good kick. Gets a shot through traffic. Kick save made. And a rebound comes out and over the bench door. Now on the right-hand side. Tito gets a pick. Waiting for Statham. A point-blank shot, save, follow-up chance, and a crease violation on the Bombers. And back comes Toronto, down by a score of 4-1. And now looking to attack. Played over to the right-hand side, back out in front, broken up by West Bay, and they have done an excellent job of reading those passes. The Bombers bringing it to Toronto territory. Behind the net, Statham has a man cutting, decides not to try and thread the needle. Shot clock's down to 15. Statham out in front. Quick shot. Save made. A rebound tracked down by the Bombers, and they'll get a second chance opportunity. Bombers working it around. Basso. Statham out in front. Shot. Score! 5-1, the West Bay Bombers. Coming up after this, of course, Wendake going up against Glasgow, the Clydesiders, who beat the Tigers 7-3 in the round robin. And really, it was just a bad stretch of 5 minutes for Toronto, which led to Glasgow getting the win. Bombers control off the face-off, sent over, and West Bay settles it down. Coming in, here's an opportunity. No help defense leads to a goal, and it's 6-1 West Bay. Here you see a quick start once again here in the second half. Bombers got off to a blazing hot start in the first half, and they have repeated the script here in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half, on top by a score of 6-1. Ball squirts to Toronto, and the Tigers win this draw. They bring it into West Bay territory on the left-hand side. Tigers doing a good job here of getting set. They have not been able to do it that often. Nearly throw it away, though, as I was saying that. Turnovers have been a problem in this game for the Tigers, for sure. And there's a right on cue. West Bay takes it away. Now they come up the center. Bombers on top 6-1. Basso to the left-hand side. Whip the pass. It's going to be kicked right in to the netminder. And Toronto looks to start back up. There's a lead pass. Intercepted! And kicked to the opposite end of the corner. Or the opposite corner, I should say. Tito sidesteps one, jumps by two, comes in, and he steps into the crease. Didn't I just say that turnovers have been an issue for the Tigers? The press for the Bombers has really worked, and even even when the Tigers have gotten into West Bay territory, whether it's been the fact that they haven't been able to get a complete change in, or they're throwing it away, or their passes are being picked, the Bombers have been in the right place at the right time. And now the ball is hit back into the crease, and we have a push away from the ball and an injury on the floor. Man is shaken up, but it looks like he's going to be all right. Tigers in possession. Play to the right-hand side. There's a pick by Cruz. Rolling to the goal, he was. Up top, and a shot. Score! And that catches the far corner past Poirier's left shoulder. It is now a 6-2 ball game. We're approaching the 14-minute mark here of the second half. That's a great shot. Good work by the Tigers to cut this deficit down to 6-2. 4-goal game. Backhanded into Toronto territory. And the Bombers are in possession. Having a little bit of trouble with it, but they do settle things down. Here's a shot by Hamel, save made, a rebound at the tip of the crease, and it'll be Tigers' ball. Oh, what a hit thrown! A solid check. And some disagreements. Tigers' possession, though. Good check. Really good check. Played over to the right-hand side. Open look, and that one stopped by Poirier. A rebound. Fought for in the corner. Tigers prevail and get the battle. And win the battle. Cruz rolling to the goal. And that pass is going to sail wide and intercepted nearly by the Bombers. They do get it here, though. And away comes West Bay. 3-on-1 opportunity, and it'll be Tigers' possession on the turnover. Back comes Toronto. Pass is deflected and stolen again by West Bay. And a comedy of errors for the Tigers, it feels like. Here's an open lane. No help defense! And that one is stuffed. Now that's been really the Achilles heel for the Tigers, has been that slide. The help defense has been all kind of discombobulated while the offense is turning it over. Not a good combination, and there's a reason why they're down 4. And here's a chance by Cruz, and he is stopped by Poirier. Picked it back up. Held up along the wall. And now we've got a battle going on right behind Poirier. 2 players tied up. Knight disagreeing with one of the Tigers. And emotions boiling over here in the second half of this 6-2 game. Play Knight and Hill in a minor disagreement. Referee's doing a good job here to prevent this from being a major disagreement. 6-2 scoreline, 10:47 remaining. And off the top, I mean, I had mentioned the big concern for me was whether or not these two teams would be motivated. Because when you get to, you know, this part of the bracket, the consolation bracket, the championship bracket was determined yesterday even, and we still had 4 round-robin games to go today. That was really the big question mark coming in, was how motivated would these teams be knowing that their championship hopes were already eliminated. And we seen earlier this morning, West Bay and Wendake had a very spirited matchup. The Tigers and Glasgow had a good matchup, except for 5 minutes where the Clydesiders completely took advantage of the Tigers. And this one, while West Bay really dominated the first, dare I say, 15, 16 minutes, and then the first 4 minutes of the second half, it's been pretty intense. And the initial penalty was going to Knight, as he did a WWE Bulldog. So it's a 5-minute major up on the board for West Bay and a 2-minute minor up on the board for the Tigers. So this will be a 4-on-4. And then a 3-minute power play. Toronto in control. Down to 10 minutes remaining. Good help defense by the Bombers. And that one's gloved down. Second chance opportunity, Toronto. Shot clock did not reset, so I guess it did not hit the net. This one does. Poirier makes the save. West Bay brings it back. And a Bomber lost his balance, and Toronto picks it up. Tigers bringing it to Bombers territory. Here's an open look. Poirier shuts it down. Toronto trying to go 5-hole. And it's sent up, breakaway opportunity, Bombers, and that one misses far side. Brought back in by the Tigers. Open look, score! It's 6-3. And Toronto will be going on the power play shortly, assuming nobody else takes a penalty. So there you see, closing in on 9 minutes to go. And the Tigers have made this a 3-goal game. Coming up after this, Wendake going up against Glasgow, and then the two semifinals, Ganawage against Bishops. Letterkenny taking on the Res Dogs. That last matchup, too, the Shamrocks and Mohawks, that was a fun one. And the Res Dogs, the big question, of course, for them is, can they stay out of the penalty box? Bishops had numerous opportunities to win that earlier matchup. Here's a shot from 45. Save Poirier. Rebound loose at the tip of the crease. Picked up by the Tigers. Oh, turned away by Poirier. Third opportunity here on this possession. And the Tigers are on the power play. West Bay has to get back into a box formation on the penalty kill. 3 righties out there. Cruz shoots. And that one missed. Ball bounces back. Not a good start for the Tigers' power play. Shot clock violation, and the Bombers will gain control. Chino. The blue line is the restraining line. Ball's behind the Toronto net. I can imagine the Bombers are in no hurry whatsoever to get a shot off. Hamel does, and it's blocked. Kick back out, though. A chance! Not on. Shot clock violation on West Bay. And Toronto will gain control. Here they come on the right-hand side. Out in front! And that pass misses the intended target. And it's played up by West Bay. And the Bombers, you know what? That's a smart play. They really don't need to rush it. Try to get some time off that clock. Now we've got a whistle. And it is going to be Toronto ball off the turnover. And here come the Tigers, trying to push the tempo. Breakaway opportunity! Oh, and that stopped. Trying to take advantage of some sleepy West Bay defenders.
Oh my.
Speaking of sleepy, this one, a little bit of a sleepy pass. And the Tigers bring it back. Ball's on the left-hand side of the Bombers' goal. Shot clock at 7. Shoulder save Poirier. And a rebound scooped up by the Bombers. 1-on-1. 47 seconds to go in the man advantage. And the Bombers draw it out. Good work by Briere. Tigers sending 2 at him. And it's firm but fair. Cheatham comes in. Says hello to number 66 in black. And you know what? We've got some rough stuff happening here. It's Laporte in there. Parry tries to separate them. All this happening in a 6-3 game. Second fairly big skirmish here this second half. 6-3 West Bay on top of Toronto. 4:58 to go. And they're going to have to organize things. And hopefully nothing else. A bruise. It's like cooler heads have prevailed. And they have stopped the clock at 4:42. If you're just joining us, West Bay scored the very first 4 goals. First 6.5 minutes. They went up 4-0. The Tigers scored 1 right at the right about 2 minutes or so remaining in the first half. That made it 4-1, and then 2 quick ones for the Bombers here in the second half before the Tigers answered with another 2. That is where we stand right now. West Bay 6, Toronto 3. The Bombers had just killed off a penalty before a bit of a skirmish involving Marc-Andre Laporte of West Bay and one of the Tigers. So it'll be Bombers ball. And a power play for the Bombers out of all that. Here's the shot. Score! And it is 7-3 West Bay as Toronto got the extra 2. 4.5 to go. And one would have to wonder, is that the straw that breaks the camel's back in this matchup? Faceoff was won by West Bay, but Toronto, but control earned by the Bombers. 2-on-1, and a short-range pass does not hit the net. The Bombers bring it back out. Shot. What a goal by Cheatham, who puts them up 8-3, and that one will definitely, I'd imagine, seal the deal. So it looks like the Bombers will be heading to the 5th place game, and the Tigers will be going to play for 7. The next part of this Consolation semifinal is up after this, when Doggy going up against the Glasgow Clydesiders. And the Bombers come back. Another chance! That one missed far side. Picked up by the Tigers, and now Toronto looks to start up. Tigers getting a full change on, 2:45 to go. There's a good pick set. That pass is intercepted by West Bay. They bring it in. Breakaway opportunity. And that one is not on. Good stop by the Tigers netminder. 8-3 West Bay. So they'll be playing tomorrow. The 5th place match. Basso! And that one stopped. There's a pass up to center. Gets by 2X and all the way into West Bay territory. The Bombers scoop it up. Going up ahead. Sent up top. There's a shot fake. Open look! And before it's kicked out by the Tigers netminder. And it's West Bay picking it back up. Out in front, quick stick, and finish by Hamel to make this one 9-3. And the Bombers will move on to play the winner of Wendake Glasgow. Toronto will move on to the 7th place game tomorrow. As we get to the final minute of play in this contest. The West Bay Bombers flexing some muscle. They had a couple of close calls, particularly after they went up 6-1. But a good start for them, and it looks like they're going to finish off strong here as well in this Consolation semifinal. Tigers scoop it up. Here is a shot. Poirier did not have to make a save. Played over to the right-hand side. Open look for Cruz, and he bounces one that is stopped by Poirier and goes out of play. We're down to the final 20. Tigers wanting to set something up here. A goal scored! What a rocket! There's something to look forward to tomorrow. Something to build upon tomorrow in a 7th place game for the Tigers. That cuts this game to 9-4. Does not change the result, though, as West Bay wins. And the Bombers are going to the 5th place game tomorrow. The Tigers will be playing for 7th. Coming up next, Wendake taking on Glasgow. Again, your final score, West Bay Bombers 9, Toronto Tigers 4. I'm Brandon Border for Baby Blue Memories saying, on it.